Hello, everyone. Today is July 24th, 2025. This is the Kubernetes Storage SIG meeting. So today is code freeze. So if you have anything targeting 1.34, and the code has to be merged, entry code has to be merged by this time, 19 PDT today. Okay, so let's go over the spreadsheet. First one is recover from resize failure. Do we have Ramon here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, this one is merged. This is done. The documentation and blog PRs I'm working on.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, next one, warning group snapshot. So this code is auto tree. So there is a PR submitted in external snapshot repo to update the data APIs. Ramon, if you can help review it, it would be great.
Yeah, I will start reviewing it this week and next.
Okay, thank you. And then there are some pending PRs as well. There was a placeholder block PR. And let's see the next one. Enable privileged containers for Windows to replace CSF proxy. Do we have an update for the study?
Nope, none that I'm aware of.
Okay. Okay, next one is voting attributes class, Sunny. Sunny, are you talking? I see Sunny here. Hello, Sunny?
I cannot talk.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, okay, one last PR to merge. Okay, so have we got every, okay, let's see. Maybe someone else can talk if, okay, let's see. Rebased it. It's already rebased, right? Okay, I think it's already rebased. This is not required. So looks like we have passed. We good, I think. Right? Sorry. Okay, let's see. What do you mean? Yeah. So we just need approval, otherwise we're good. Okay, good. All right, thank you. Okay, so just need to be PR is ready. Needs to be approved. Has Michelle, I think this one needs to approve from Michelle. Has Michelle approved it yet? This is API changes, right? This is not API reviewer. So Michelle needs to approve this one because this is the API changes, so we need to pin Michelle. Okay, or maybe Jordan Jordan can do it too. So either Michelle or Jordan. So Sunny, yeah, can you pin? Okay, yeah, just pin either Michelle. I think Jordan, if he is good, it's fine too. Just need the API approval. If you need additional approval, I can help. Just let me know. Okay, thank you. Okay, so all right. And then we have this mutable CSN node allocatable property.
Yeah, so the feature gates were promoted to beta. Docs and blog PR are ready for review. And there's one more out of tree PR on the external attacher.
Okay. Did they mark this as ready for code freeze on that issue?
I think it's still marked as
Well, I think you should pin them because sometimes if they, otherwise we have to apply for exception, which is annoying, right? So we try to avoid that. So try to make sure they don't mark it as like not
okay, yeah.
something.
I'll
They just make sure, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Is it external attacher?
Yeah.
Okay. Needs to be submitted or is already out for you?
Yeah, it's ready for review.
Oh, okay. Just say PR. Okay. PR merge for code phrase. Next one's cozy over move to view an alpha one. I see Blaine here. You want to give an update?
Yeah, I can give a short update here. So I know we had been asking for some reviews before. I think last month we decided in the cozy work that we're targeting the 1.35
Yeah.
cycle. I
Target.
think for now, I want to actually mention that I don't. I guess people are like welcome to review, but there are some other changes that I plan on adding and having done by mid-September after some other urgent work that I'm on clears up. So
Okay.
yeah, does that align with the 1.35 review cycle if things are done by like second or third week in September? Will there be time
Yeah,
for
that should be because just we when is the release? I think so this really the August is so that's perfect, right? So end of August 1.34 will be released, then 1.35 release cycle will start, right? That it's usually a few months. I'm not sure when we don't know the schedule, but September should be definitely should be enough. That's just shortly after this
Okay.
1.4G, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think for now we can probably mention that we can remove the like this needs review.
Okay.
But obviously anyone is welcome to review. But yeah, that's the kind of timing update that I have currently.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And okay, we have several of this crossed out. Yeah, this is also we can probably should just cross this out. This is also for just for tracking purpose, so we could probably just cross this out. Okay, replication. This one is, yeah, I have not got a chance to do an update on this. I suppose I'm going to actually cross this out for now since this is still design phase. It's going to be delayed, so I'll just cross this out for now. And the next one, node readiness gates. And this one, I believe, is also, Hamad, we don't really have update on this one, right?
Yeah, I did not meet the vocab did not merge in time.
Okay. Okay, cap didn't make in 1.34. Okay, so I think that's all I have on the spreadsheets. Coming back here, I see one item here. Okay, Rafael, you want to go over this?
Yes, this PR has just been out for a bit. It's pretty much the last PR needed for the slow retry stuff. And then after this, we just need to do a release of the provisioner and it'll be all complete.
Okay.
So if someone could just please take a look.
Okay. Fine. Well, then Yang. So Yang is not assigned automatically. Okay. So we need this before releasing settings to provisioner. Probably should, yeah. Since we're going to cut a release after 1.34 anyway, right? You don't need to rush this, right? Before 1.34. Because 1.34 is in August. We usually will cut a release after that. Is there any urgent need for this one to first to do a patch release right after this, or can we wait until we release that cards for 1.34?
Yeah, no, there's no urgency to like merge sorry, to do the release right after.
Okay, so then we can just wait until after.
Yeah. Yeah. It would just be nice if the changes could be merged. Yeah.
We can
Thank you.
this in the release of chapter 2034. Okay, thanks. Okay, so that's all I see here. Are there other things we need to discuss in today's meeting? Okay, is there some notes here? Let's see. Oh, Judy's okay, so I think Michelle should still be around, I think, right? Maybe he just can't join today's meeting. So yeah, just ping her. But yeah. Okay, Hemang, you're adding something. You want to talk about something here?
Yeah, so this is something we have been like Ben is here, I think, and maybe it's a more topic for a CSI community thing, but I just wanted to get a feel of it. Like in Kubernetes, we are like increasingly going towards like we have the state we call it infeasible, which generally means that we can stop retrying something and it means that, okay, whatever the gRPC code that has been submitted to us is the gRPC request is not going to work. For some RPC calls like control modify volume, we also assume that it means that no changes has been made to the volume. So it's safe to cancel the operation. So I wonder if there's a room we can update CSS spec with wording that says which of these RPC codes are like we consider infeasible. And yeah. So what do you
Well, would this be a new return code?
No,
Or
obviously the gRPC error codes are all
It's just
frozen.
a clarifier, right? It's just like
Yeah,
clarification.
I mean, I like the idea of an error code that signals to the client that the server has not made any change at all, and that if the client just wants to say, just kidding, it can walk away and assume that this server is still in a consistent state. But like doing that in a backwards compatible way is very hard if people have already shipped implementations that don't respect that rule, and then we try to document the rule, then they'll automatically be in violation of the new rule. And I don't see how you can do that in a backwards compatible way. We'd have to like have some capability that you would assert that says all my error codes follow this specification. You know, it would turn into a thing that would be pretty complicated, I think, just for backwards compatibility.
What do we have now? I think we don't really talk about the invisible state in the CSS spec today, right? But we do have invalid argument. We do have those, right? We do have that somewhere.
But so
well, yeah. For the existing RPCs that say like, you know, the request was rejected for such and such a reason, I think those it's safe to assume nothing happened and you can just give up. But for anything that it doesn't say that, we can't after the fact come in and add that functionality without like a brand new error code that was never used for anything else. Otherwise, we risk a backwards compatibility break.
So yeah, that's kind of like I kind of agree, but in Kubernetes, we already consider certain error codes as infeasible, including like the invalid argument. So
Yeah.
I think the proper place maybe is to document it in Kubernetes, the CSI docs that, okay, these are the error codes that are infeasible, and this is the behavior we expect. So it will become a Kubernetes thing, not a CSI thing.
We have to, I mean, the upshot of it would be that some specific CSI sidecars would just stop retrying with a particular error message came in and the user canceled the request, right?
Yeah.
And so like for that to be valid, the CSI spec needs to say like that's an okay thing to do. Otherwise, someone somewhere will implement an SP that returns that error code but expects a retry, and you'll get bad behavior.
Yeah, so sorry, I'm confused. So you're saying that like
I'm saying that if we want to change how the sidecar interprets the error codes, we should have language in the CSI spec saying that that's an okay thing to do. to protect SPs from stepping on that landmine, right?
How can we do that in backward compatible way? Like Kubernetes as the single CO has already been assuming this infeasible state across various sidecars. Now the problem is so the drivers are either following it or not following it. If they're not following it, they're running like problems with they're not fully functioning as intended with Kubernetes. But how do we do this? How do we put this in CSI without
Like, give me a concrete example.
like for example this infeasible that Raphael was talking about that or like let's say controller modify volume when
No. Something that already exists. Give me an example of a situation where we already have this behavior.
like controller expand volume when it enters this infeasible state, like which basically is in for that one we assume invalid argument not found and resource exhausted in that case actually, but we
Okay,
enter
so those are error codes that are currently documented to say like if the SP returns them, the server can just walk away and assume nothing happens.
yeah,
Okay.
and user can go back to the old size.
Okay.
So invalid argument, like, and that's one more challenge that is there, that like across different operation, maybe the meaning of infeasible is not same. Like controller expand value assumes three RPC codes to be infeasible: invalid argument,
Yeah.
and then not found, obviously, and then the resource exhausted. All
But
three.
that assumption on the Kubernetes side is based on the language in the CSI spec that says that, right?
Yeah.
The language in the CSI spec could say something else, in which case Kubernetes would have to interpret it differently. So we should just make sure that the CSI spec says the right thing in situations where we want this, where we want to implement on the CO side. Like, I'm just going to give up and stop.
So you're saying that CSI spec language should be in compliance, like at least if it can be.
Yeah, in principle, a controller modify volume should be able to return invalid argument, and meaning that like there's something in here that is just completely bogus, and I've rejected the whole request, and like we can document in controller modify volume error codes, like that's in response to invalid argument, the CO can assume that nothing changed, right? We can just document that there, and then it becomes easy on the Kubernetes side to say, yeah, that's an infeasible error. We can roll back from it. We can assume that nothing changed.
Okay. I can, yeah.
But I don't have the spec in front of me. I don't have my laptop with me, so I'm not actually looking at the defined error codes right now.
Okay. I think, yeah, a larger argument maybe needs to be happen in the CSI community sync. I'll add something, but yeah, I wanted to.
And we have an open PR that promotes that API to GA. So if we're gonna change it, like, please let's figure that out quickly before we just bless a GA.
Well, this thing is like has been sitting like for a while in kind of like for us, like for example this create volume, the Raphael is adding this retry infeasible provision errors, like you see that, right? So this is like for provisioning we treat invalid argument as infeasible, and we say okay, we are gonna because we don't want to break backward compatibility, so we don't want to stop retrying altogether, but we want to retry it really slowly. So that's what we are currently doing for all whenever we enter this infeasible state. Maybe in future we'll stop retrying altogether, but so this infeasible thing like it's been there for different RPCs in Kubernetes for a while. But
I think that the Kubernetes side is based on the CSI spec indicating that that's what this CO should do. And it would be bad for us to treat an error as infeasible that the spec didn't say was infeasible. or something like that. I don't know
Yeah.
what the exact language for these is, but we give guidance in the CSI spec whether you should retry or not, and
Yeah.
what you should expect if you retry. And so
Yeah.
we should just spell it out in the CSI spec, and then the sidecar should do that thing that the spec says.
Yeah, most of the say it says validate, check your argument and retry, or do not try with same argument. I
Yeah.
think it depends. Like the language is not all same in all the RPCs, but yeah, something similar. Okay, and yeah, but for the controller modify volume, yeah, the new rub is like whether the partial change has happened or not. That's the one thing like for in feasible operation. Because and that is something we need to
Well, so if the SP has done some work in response to a controller modify volume, but it can't complete the work, it's going to return error code, and then I don't know if I can't remember if we actually have error messages that get passed back that can show up in an event somewhere, or if it's just the sidecar that generates the event. You would want the user to see like, oh, my VAC did not change because there was an error, and go read some log to figure out why, or debug the problem, and then either fix the VAC or create a new VAC and change it to that, or just change it back to what it originally was, and then that should just succeed. The error code, I mean, the retry behavior, I think, is that it should keep retrying until it's told go do something else.
The problem with the controller modify volume is like if like if the user is trying to apply 10 properties, and while applying fifth property the storage provider says, oh, this argument seems wrong, and then it decides to return invalid argument, which is considered infeasible by the CO, at least in Kubernetes side, then we are left with the state where like 5 of the properties.
But that's an SP spec violation, right? The SP should have validated all the parameters before making any change. And if it was gonna return that error in response to one of the parameters, it should have done all the validation up front and then said, no, I can't do the fifth one, so I'm not doing any of them.
The problem is that CSI wording in the spec, it doesn't define that this strongly, actually. Like invalid argument.
Well, it's still alpha right now. Let's sharpen it up. Let's make it clear.
It says like recovery behavior for parameter not supported indicates that the CO has specified mutable parameters not supported by the volume. Caller may verify mutable parameters. So this language is not strong enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It should be like crystal clear that if you have partially applied this VAC.
Are you volunteering to improve the wording, or should we nominate someone to improve the wording?
I think.
I can take a swing at it. I'll go remove my approval of the promotion to GA, and we'll try to improve the wording first, and get it sorted out.
I'm not sure if okay.
So if in that case they're not supposed to return invalid argument, is there a better error code to return?
We can document that what invalid, if the SP wants to return a valid argument, it needs to do that before making any changes. And once it starts making changes, that it's not going to roll back internally. Then, because the other thing is it could make changes and then detect a problem and then roll back the changes it did make and then return the error, right?
Right.
That's totally valid.
That's
we
fine.
could just have to document that, like, if you return the error, you better be in the state that you started in. And if you can't get back to the state you started in, you better return a different error that says, hey, I'm totally hosed and I can't move forward or backward.
Yeah. So do you think that wording change is worth keeping it alpha?
No. I think that we should not promote it until we get the wording right. And we make any And if there's going to be sidecar changes as a result of that, we should make those sidecar changes and test them before moving it out to GA, right? Because we don't want to make a last minute change that breaks something right before pouring the concrete, which is what promoting it to GA means, is we can't change it anymore.
Yeah, true. There's we can talk offline about this. I think some more. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I like the idea of adding more words to the error message descriptions. That's one of the often overlooked parts of the CSI spec is the carefully crafted wording around how to handle each error message on both the CO side and the SP side. So we can take a look at it.
Mhm.
Okay. Are there anything else? So we're good, right? So Germán, maybe you can talk to Ben more
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Use Slack. That'll be the best high bandwidth way to talk.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay.
Is
Bye.
that all? Are we done?
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.